Hey guys, Will here. So today I'm here with Midnighter number 1. So let's get into it. The first panel starts off at the God Garden, and this woman is kind of surprised because someone had broken in there and he's trying to steal some stuff. And we find out that he's actually there to steal the dragon's gold, which I'm assuming it's not actually gold or like any dragon's treasure. Well, I'm assuming what he's after is a lot of like weapons that they might have there, or like artifacts that could be of use to him. And yeah, he pretty much gets in the God Garden like nothing, which apparently is impossible to do. So this guy is up to something real. And then after this, we get a scene at the bar with Midnighter and his current boyfriend. They're just talking about their relationship, and the boyfriend's like, "Oh, I love this. I've never had dinner with a superhero." And as we find out, Midnighter is not exactly... He's kind of like a Punisher kind of hero. He enjoys fighting and blood, but he also saves people at the same time, and you don't really know which reason he does it for. So saying that, it kind of blends in with the moment because a group of people break into the diner they're in, and Midnighter is ready to fight. Because as we see here, he has like a computer chip in his brain that allows him to process a moment, and he can see every possibility around him as to how the fight's going to turn out, whether he loses, whether he wins, how they're going to fight, what punch they're going to throw. So he knows what they're going to do, and he beats them fairly easily. And the next image, as we see here, is him going up to the bad guy and saying, "Oops, I told you I'm fast." And then he kills him, pretty much. And the fight's over like in 3 panels. And then we get a scene with him and his boyfriend at Moscow on their second date. And they step into a door made of like light, which is kind of like a portal. And after they step into it, they're in an apartment. And then they step in through the thing again, and they're in an apartment in Oakland. So, I don't know, it's pretty cool. That's how he gets around. No transportation or anything. So after that, it has a scene of him and his boyfriend just kind of talking all night and just kind of doing relationship things. And it's a pretty good scene to establish how Midnighter kind of lives his life and the relationship he has, especially in this panel after where they kind of wake up, they're having breakfast, and out of nowhere, Midnighter injects this like tracking device into his boyfriend's neck, which he calls a smart mark. And apparently it's a network where the boyfriend can contact Midnighter if he needs any help, but Midnighter can't contact him or track him or anything, so it's only like a one-way deal. So that's pretty cool. It's only like their second date and Midnighter's already injecting this guy and pretty much ready to leave. So it kind of shows he has some trouble attaching to people. After this, Midnighter has like that kind of spider sense, I guess, in a way, but it's the lady from the first panel kind of contacting him. She's like, "Midnighter, you came." And he's not having any of it. He's like, "Don't do that. You called me. Just tell me what you want." So you can kind of establish maybe they have some history, and he's not really a big fan of her. And she starts talking about how he broke into the defensives, shot her, and apparently she missed like the teleport node in her eyelid, and so apparently that messed her powers up, and she couldn't stop him at all. And up to this point, Midnighter really doesn't care, but what grabs his attention is that she says that when she created him, because apparently she did experiments on Midnighter as a kid, and that's what made him him. So when she created him, she took all of his old life, old memories, everything out, and put it on an origin file, and everything that she erased from his life is pretty much there. And the person who had broken into the God Garden stole it. So now he's walking around with Midnighter's life, basically. And Midnighter's not too happy about it. The comic ends with him saying, "Someone's out there walking with my origin file." Well, they're not going to be walking for long. And that's where the comic ends. Yeah, overall it was a pretty damn good first issue. It kind of establishes who Midnighter is and who he keeps around in his life. And I really do like that it establishes that whole kind of Punisher field where he does save people, but at the same time he goes on the bloodlust, and you're not really sure which reason he does it for. So that's a really cool issue. The art is really amazing. The story is great. Everything about this book is pretty amazing. Overall, I'd give it a good 9.5 out of 10, and I do recommend that you pick it up.